The 2023 Aries full moon reaches its maximum phase at 2:57 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on Friday, the 29th of September, 2023, at 6 degrees 1 minute. Though the sun is in the cardinal air sign of Libra, which is usually focused on making our surroundings beautiful and keeping the peace and positivity in our one-on-one relationships of all kinds, the moon being in the cardinal fire sign of Aries is making sure we're taking action to assert our individual identities and to continue pursuing our individual courses within those relationships. In situations where our relationships are found to be inequitable or in conflict, some of us may even be inspired to fight for balance and peace. Fighting for peace seems to be quite the oxymoron, yet when the power dynamics within a relationship are severely imbalanced, we may find ourselves feeling a strong, if not passionate, need to take action to challenge, if not change, the status quo, breaking behavior patterns and/or designated roles within our relationships in order to reclaim our sense of our individual selves. That said, whenever there is a conflict within a relationship or partnership, it's easy to point the finger at others and rattle off a list of the things they are doing to create the problems in your connections with them. However, this 2023 Aries full moon is a powerful realization of the saying, when you point one finger at someone, you have 4 fingers pointing back at yourself. A big part of what is happening during this full moon phase is the recognition and acknowledgement of your own role in the dynamics of the various relationships and partnerships of all kinds in your life. With the moon's emotional energy coming through Aries, the me sign, attention you'd usually direct to the behaviors of others is now being reflected onto and from you. This full moon is not the best energy dynamic for those of you who tend to use others as a distraction, deflection, or projection. Accusing or blaming others for doing what you yourself are doing isn't going to get you a pass now. Whatever you may be trying to blame others for, you'd best be ready to take ownership and responsibility for it in your own behaviors. It is important for you to recognize how you may be projecting your actions, beliefs, and behaviors onto others, and for you to understand that you may be doing so because you're emotionally invested in the beliefs behind those actions. You may also recognize your feelings of pride or shame as a result of those beliefs and impulsive actions. Recognize that whatever you're feeling, it's not as much about how you may feel about other people. It's more likely about how you feel about yourself. And that means that you're not really fighting other people for the balance and peace you may be seeking. You're actually fighting yourself to create that balance and peace in your relationships and in your life. Yes, you may very well be fighting yourself to create balance and peace in your own life. What's wonderful about this cardinal energy full moon is that it's initiative and active energy. This means that you don't need to wait for anyone else to tell you when action needs to be taken to change your course. In fact, it could be detrimental to your individuality to wait for others to tell you when or how to act. This Aries full moon is about acting upon your own intuitions, trusting yourself to know when and how you need to act on your own behalf and in your own best interests, even and especially within relationships with others. If you are working with another individual or partner, it's important for the two of you to work interdependently or collaboratively rather than codependently. And it's important to remember that you have a role in how your connections with others start, continue, or end. To that point of possible endings and new beginnings. Numerologically, the 2023 Aries full moon reaches its maximum phase on a 9 universal day of fulfillment, completions, and endings. And combined with the cardinal Aries and Libra astrological energies, this 9 universal day energy indicates that any completions underway are likely happening to make space for new beginnings. This combination could also indicate a desired end to any imbalances and mismatches in your partnerships and relationships of all kinds, clearing the path for new, balanced, and more compatible relationships with others and yourself to be formed. When you take the numerological, astrological energy combinations a bit further, Adding the 7 universal month and 7 universal year energies, you may recognize that after a period of pause, reflection, analysis, and assessment, you are now ready to begin taking action. Knowing what needs to be done, even if you aren't sure where your actions will lead you. If you want to feel better about yourself and your life, you get to take actions to change your ways, and that begins with changing your beliefs. Your one-on-one relationships, even one-time interactions with others, are powerfully instrumental in helping you see yourself more clearly. The question is whether or not what you see and learn about yourself has you change how you approach your interactions with others, or if what you see finds you doubling down on what you've always believed or the way you've always done things, determined to prove yourself right or correct about the stance you've held for so long. In many cases, this 2023 Aries full moon will have you realizing that the fight you claim to be fighting against others is really a fight against yourself and your own behavior patterns. You may be desperately resisting and or denying who you actually are, while claiming to be fighting something outside of you that challenges you. But you must understand that under these energetic influences, when you don't like what you hear or see about yourself, when you're expressing your anger at someone or something that shines a light upon the factual truth about yourself, the only way to relieve that anger and shift how you feel about yourself, your relationships, and your life is to take action to make those changes. The key here is remembering that the actions being taken now are emotionally driven, and this means that they'll have passion behind them that should not be taken lightly. This Aries full moon will reveal to you just how emotionally invested you are in fighting for your view of others and or the world. More than anything, this full moon will reveal what you are willing to fight for in order to have the life of peace and ease you want to live. It will reveal your greatest fears and your greatest passions and potentials. The energy of this 2023 Aries full moon will be felt from Tuesday, the 26th of September through Monday, the 2nd of October, 2023. Remember to use this time to reclaim your individuality and independence from your relationships in order to form and or strengthen relationships with others, which support and encourage both your independent and individual expression and a healthier togetherness in which each of you can be your truest, highest, and brightest selves. There is only one you. Fight for it, even if you have to fight with yourself for yourself.